conversation, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm terrific. We ain't taking no losses, we winning. Undefeated, check the percentage.
Yo, what's good? What's good? Shout out everybody in the building, man. How y'all feeling? Let's get it. Let's get it, man. Hit that like button. You already know what time it is. I had to make sure that the mic was working. I think I got it figured out now, man. You know, the last 5 times or so it's been working. So I think we in there like swimwear, man. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in. What we're gonna do exactly what the title says, actually, right? Because we finally got some words spoken, man. So we're gonna definitely review that. Let me check something real quick. Let me see if I let's see. I tried to see if I can go live. Shout out everybody in the building, man. I'm gonna shout y'all out. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. All right. Let's see, man. Let's see what we got here. We got Angelo. What's good, Angelo? Appreciate you tapping in. Jackson, what's good with you? I see you. What's good? We got Barber Fade you up. My guy, De Niro, what's good? I see you, man. Y'all make sure you hit that like button. Hit the like button. Let me get this shared, man, and sent over. I thought I was live on X, bro. Like literally, them boy done jit me. I'm finna definitely I'm finna get my refund. Straight up. I'm getting my refund. I gotta get my refund, bro. I don't like that. Bro. I paid the $3. I thought they said it was $3. Let's see. Elon Musk, old clown. Let me see. All right. Bro, what's good? How everybody feeling, though? What's up? Let's let everybody get in the building. My guy, 2E, what's good? Shout out 2E in the building, man. Let's go. Real Sir D. Give me 2 claps and a Ricky. I got you, man. Let's go.
And a Rick Flair.
I got you, broski. Let's go, man. Let's see. All right. Well, who else we got, man? Shout out Mac. What's good with you from the 651? Let's go, Mac. Appreciate you tapping in. Let's go, Mac. The 651. Where's the 651? Is that Minnesota? That definitely gotta be Minnesota, right? JJ talking real good today. Nah, Faxy is. We about to react to all of it. We got some good stuff. To be honest with you, I wasn't gonna go live today because if y'all notice on the channel too, tomorrow, which is gonna be totally different from what we usually do, but I have Tyler Fornes coming on tomorrow. And he does a lot of stuff throughout the day and stuff like that. So trying to work around his schedule. So we'll be live tomorrow on the channel at noon. So pretty much I say that to say if your lunch break, which really is going to be 11, it'll be 11 Central Time. But for the Eastern Time folks, it's going to be at noon for your lunch break. So if you are available, then make sure you tap in tomorrow. If not, just watch the replay. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely going to ask him about what he believes the Minnesota Vikings should do, what he believes we will do. And, I'll bounce my ideas off of him as well. But it's been long overdue to get him on. So I'm glad we're able to get him on right before the draft, too, being that he does take this time of the year super serious. He takes every time of the year serious, but this time of the year is where he really be in his bag. So it's going to be fun.
Trade McCarthy for a urinal cake.
Damn. Hey, shout out BGZ28. He said 3 more days. Let's go. My boy Too Evil said, trade McCarthy for a urinal cake. Damn, bro. A urinal cake, trade him. I don't know. I will say this. Pretty interesting what we heard today from the quote unquote GM Rob Brzezinski. Pretty interesting what we heard today from the head coach Kevin O'Connell. Pretty interesting what we heard today from our boy Justin Jefferson. I'm be honest, man. So here's the thing. We know that there's this thing where you have to be politically correct. And we know that the team is usually good, like when they do press conferences, especially this time of the year, you're usually going to get politically correct type of press conference. That's what you're gonna get. Everything is going to sound good. You know what I mean? Everything's gonna sound perfect. Everything's gonna be well, I'm working with both and they're both looking great and everything's butterflies and roses, right? They don't want to really tell the all the way truth. But I will say, man, you know, Rob Brzezinski's interview specifically, his presser specifically, there's a lot to talk about in that, man. There's a lot to pick through, and we're gonna do that, right? We're definitely gonna do that. This is probably gonna be a pretty decent live just because each one is like at least what 12, 14 minutes. I know Kevin O'Connell went on for a little while. Justin Jefferson's is about 11, 12 minutes. So, you know, just hey, get comfortable, tap in with me, man. Let's react to it. I ain't gonna pause it too much for the ones who didn't see it. KO was on for 20 damn minutes. He was on for 18 minutes. All right. And we'll fast forward through some of it, I guess. But for the most part, I didn't sit and watch Kevin O'Connell's full one. Only one I really watched was Justin Jefferson's. And then I skimmed through Rob's just because I wanted to hear certain things. I was skimming through certain questions I wanted to be answered, right? And specifically the quarterback position. So that one I did, but like I haven't really heard Kevin O'Connell, so I'm excited to sit and react to it with you guys, and I did that on purpose because I knew I was going to be going live tonight. So shout out to y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. Let's get our people up in the crib. Let's see, man. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pull this up, bro. Let's pull this up. Let me see. I think hold on. We'll watch Justin Jefferson's first. Let's see here. So
Just
let me make this
you know,
big.
it's really good to kind of get
My boy sound depressed low key though off the back though. Like, come on, bro, liven up. Liven up, bro. All right, let's go ahead and react to this, man. Y'all make sure y'all tell me if everything sound good with the audio.
Kyler Murray's side and he getting the quarterback next year.
yeah. My first reaction was just you know, it's really good to kind of get some good talent in the room to kind of give a little spark in that room, you know, to kind of see a competitive edge and from those guys to really lock in and to, you know, do what we're expecting them to do, which is to come in and, you know, to be that guy. And, you know, we need that one guy for this team. So I'm definitely excited for that room, excited to see what those guys have in store for us in training camp.
What was that process like as the Vikings started to bring in Kyler Murray? How looped in were you on those conversations?
Yeah, I mean, they told me about the different stuff they had going on, the people that they were looking at into.
So right there, man, that's the first pause. This is something that we asked ourselves too, like throughout this whole process. Like we always ask ourselves, like, how much influence does Justin Jefferson really have on who the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings is going to be, right? And I mean, it's pretty straightforward when you think about the impact that he brings, and you look at Justin Jefferson as he is the face of the franchise. All right. Unfortunately, we don't have a quarterback that's the face of the franchise. Our face of the franchise is a wide receiver. So with that being said, when you are evaluating who's going to come in to throw the face of the franchise, the football, I would guess that he would have a ton of influence on that decision. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure Rob, I'm sure Kevin O'Connell sat down and had meetings with Justin Jefferson and said, hey, here's the guys. Let me know which ones you think would be best fit. What do you think gives us the best opportunity? And I can almost guarantee you this too. I'm going to go one further. I can guarantee you that Justin Jefferson was pounding the table for Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is boy, like outside of football. Like Justin Jefferson and Kyler Murray really rock for real. Like everybody trip on Kyler Murray for playing video games and shit, but guess who be playing video games with him? This dude right here. You know what I'm saying? This guy right here. See, the difference is JJ don't come out and talk about the shit and nobody really cares because he's producing on the field, so it doesn't really matter. But the reality is, you know who Kyler Murray's video game buddy is? This man right here, number 18. Yep. So now they're going to both be playing Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? Together after the games. Y'all watch. I'm telling you, boy.
Maybe bringing in or to at least, come in for a workout or anything. So they kept me in the loop for some bit of it, of course, not the whole thing and making that final decision to signing him. But, definitely kept me informed, definitely kept me in the loop into, the different talent that we could possibly have in this building. So I appreciate them for that, for sure.
You talked about it being a competition, just being more competitive in that room. I'm just curious as a player how you look at that, knowing what Kyler's done in his career and the things that he's already sort of accomplished.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking for those.
Two-Tone, my guy. What's good, Two-Tone?
Give me 2 taps and a Ric Flair.
Appreciate you tapping in, my dude. Let's go.
Big, exciting plays. Definitely looking forward to his speed, his quickness, his arm strength that he's shown countless times over the years. And then it's just, for JJ.
Hey, man, shout out my guy, man. I ain't seen him in a minute. Skull Purple Pod. Man, for the ones who forgot, man, my guy, dog. Hey, look. Hey, we gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But I'm gonna tell you, I do believe that the Minnesota Vikings are going to go defense for sure. We know that. And I do believe they're either going to go defensive back or safety. Like that kind of just seems now, as far as the player, I don't know, man. To me, it seems like Dylan Thieneman, because I do believe he's probably going to be there at 18. So with that being said, it just seems like they want him. But I do like the Sadiq mixture. I do like how Steam's picking up with Sadiq going tight end in the first, which would be a little different for the Minnesota Vikings. And I'm okay with different. I'm okay with trying something new. And I think that dude is super athletic, bruh, and can definitely be a weapon. My only issue is he would have to pretty much sit a year because the team still values Josh Oliver. And they still value, obviously, our boy, man, TJ Hawkinson, which it just seems like it's a little crowded. The tight end room seems a little crowded. When you look at a guy like Sadiq, you would want him to come in and make an impact right away, in my opinion. Like the Brock Bowers of the world. He has that type of ability. If you were to draft Sadiq in the first round, you would want him to come in 2026 and actually play a lot of football. And I just don't see how they would do that without just telling TJ Hawkinson, hey, bro, F you. You know what I'm saying? Or telling Josh Oliver, F you. One of the two going to have to take a back seat. And I just don't see that happening. But, hey, I wouldn't be mad if we got Sadiq.
For somebody to enter that room with that type of ability, that type of talent.
So I guess to answer the question, it's going to be an Oregon player. We know we going Ducks for sure, huh? Nah. Shout out Nitro. I see you in the building. Appreciate you. McCarthy made Justin depressed. Hey, bro, he sounded a little depressed. I ain't going to lie. I noticed that when I turned the damn thing on. I'm like, yo, why you sound so down, bro? Like, get lit, bro. What's up? Hey, and by the way, we gotta tap in and get a show in, man. We got to get a show in, man. I know you about to get back to the work, man. Let's go. Let's tap in, bro. Let's do one for the old time's sake, man. Hit me up. I still got the same number, bro. Text me, man. Let's lock it in, brother. Let's lock it in, man. Always respect your football mind. And definitely want to get a show with you, man. It's been a minute.
He's got to step it up a little bit. So it's good for him to, feel that type of pressure and to really, lock in a little bit and say it's either now or, I'm going to take that backseat again. So it's all a competitive mindset when it comes to these type of things. So it's all about who's ready for that moment and who's ready to step up and take that initiative.
Were you talking about wanting to work with JJ this offseason? Did you get a chance to do that at all?
Yeah, have been doing that, and it's been going very well. So
that was good news hearing this, because this hasn't really been broadcasted, right? You would think that if they were to work together this offseason, you would think that you would see some type of video, something, right? Now, even if it's not even a video, you would think that there would have been a picture posted. I do like the fact that they're working without broadcasting it. They're just putting in the work. All right. This isn't a let's try to look cool and show the world that we putting in work. Let's just go put in the work. You know what I mean? And then when the season comes around, let's let that show. Let's let that do the talking. So I do like that. I do like that he came out and confirmed that they have been actually working a lot this offseason.
Trying to continue meeting up with him, creating that time and creating that connection, building on those type of things, talking to him about the different things that he should work on, different things I should work on, and just keeping that connection and that relationship is the big thing. So we'll continue to do that, continue to work with, Kyler and all of the quarterbacks that I can work with, just so we know that connection is top tier when we start training camp.
So what else has your offseason looked like? What have you added to your training regimen or anything?
Yeah, I mean, nothing really too new. Just all about, of course, tapping in on the weaknesses that I have, focusing on the strengths that I have, and just trying to figure out different ways that I can better my game in any sort that I can. If it's, working on my hand-eye coordination, working on my catching.
You do. I will say this, Justin Jefferson, love you to death, bro. I still believe you are the best wide receiver in the NFL today in 2026. Regardless of what the numbers are saying, bro, I believe that if you get the right quarterback play, you will absolutely show the NFL community that you are the best for a reason, bro. And this is why you weren't maybe being in those conversations the past couple of years, is because you didn't have just good quarterback play, period. That's what it boils down to. I'm excited to see this year with Kyler Murray or JJ McCarthy at a higher level of play. We'll see. You know what I mean? I mean, my stance is still the same, bro. Kyler Murray should be, and in my opinion, will be quarterback one going into the season. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just where I'm at with it, and I'm still there with that. But again, I do like the fact that Justin Jefferson he's manning up to his flaws that have been showing the past 2 seasons. And, we've been seeing uncharacteristic drops from Justin Jefferson, bro. Things that haven't been happening when during his time where he was in his bag. You know what I mean? These past 2 seasons, it's like, yo, JJ dropped that? Like, what? Like, you dropped that? Or you didn't finish running that route? Like, come on, man.
Working on my routes, working on just having to go through those double teams, having to go through contact, getting stronger in the weight room, all of those different type of things. So just taking a little bit pieces of each little thing and just adding it to my game.
How have you gone about trying to build a relationship with Kyler at the same time as you're working with JJ as well?
Yeah, I mean, Kyler's, a little
boy
bit
Shaq.
new, so he's still kind of working
Brosner.
into things, trying to figure out, everything here in Minnesota. So, now that we're kind of, back into the mix of things, back into the schedule.
Let's go, Vikes draft
work
brain
a
in the
lot
building.
more now than, leading into
Oh, my God,
this
Cridge,
moment.
man. Let's get it.
At what point, too, does it become important, Justin, to know who the quarterback is going to be,
Fig,
just from
what's
the
good?
rep standpoint of you and that player? Because you can work with McCarthy and Kyler. I'm sure that they
My
have
guy
their own
Fig,
styles
man.
and
Back on
tendencies.
Fig.
At what point do you sort of need to know who's going to be starting just to maximize your playing?
Hey, one thing I love about Judd, if y'all don't know, y'all can hear the voice in the background. That's Judd from Purple Daily asking that question, asking this question. Judd trying to get some drama out this shit, but he do this shit in such a smooth way, bruh. That's why I like Judd. Like, you could tell that Judd has been doing this for a long time. You could just tell, bruh. He knows how to ask the question that's straight up trying to get some bullshit. He trying to get content for people like me and his crew over at Purple Daily. He digging for the content. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. Unfortunately, Justin Jefferson knew how to brush that shit off the right way, because Justin Jefferson, he too good at this media shit, bro. Like, he knows what to say and what not to say.
Yeah. I mean, that's literally a very difficult question, because we're not really going to know that until after training camp. So it's just all about just working with them as much as I can, working.
Pretty much what Judd was trying to do. He was trying, shout out AZ, man. I see you, AZ, bro. What's good with you, man? He said, so pretty much what Judd was trying to do was get him to commit to saying Kyler Murray's the QB1 early. You know what I mean? Like, that's what he was trying to do. JJ ain't fall for this shit though, man. You know what I mean? Shout out JJ for not falling for it. I didn't think he would anyways.
And try to build that repetition over and over again. Because at the end of the day, I feel like it's more of a quarterback thing than it is a receiver thing. I mean, I see it out the hand and I catch the ball. You know, for them, it's just more of, well, I would say for Kyler, just trying to time up my route running, how fast I'm running, how quick I'm running, how fast I'm getting out in and out of the breaks. So those are kind of the things that I feel like it's more for a quarterback than it is for a receiver.
Justin, when the Vikings signed Kyler, Kevin talked a little bit about his mobility and the way that can help maybe open things up. The defenses have to think about that while they're trying to cover you. Mm-hmm. When you played with, whatever degree of mobile.
Shout out Daniel. Appreciate you, Daniel, for that.
The way defenses play it, how much do you think that could help you out?
Yeah,
appreciate you, Daniel. Let's
tremendously.
go.
You know, it's a difference from somebody that's playing Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady type of quarterback from playing Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson. You know, it's a little bit different. You got to have a little bit more people in that box, a little bit more people kind of eyeing them down. Might have a quarterback contain, quarterback spy. So kind of all of those things kind of playing a part into those defenses and kind of allows us to, on the back end, you know, go against those DBs and safeties and not have to rely on a whole bunch of double teams and those cloud coverages that we've been getting a lot of these past 2 years.
Justin, I know during Super Bowl week you were asked a lot about the quarterback play,
how
you guys probably maybe would have been in that conversation for the Super Bowl had you had Darnold. Do you feel like with the acquisition of Murray and the competition in that room, that put you guys right back in those Super Bowl conversations?
Oh, yeah, you know, for sure, especially just like you said, sparking up that room a little bit and kind of seeing who's going to be that competitor, who's going to be that person that, you know, is the last man standing at this situation. It's pretty exciting for me. I love those type of battles, that type of competition,
Anthony,
because you see that
Anthony?
In your quarterback. You know, he had a whole competition battle, the training camp leading into the season, and you know have everybody on his back and rooting for him and excited for him to you know go through the season. So I'm excited for that for sure. And we have great talent in that room. So especially for JJ to you know get that spark in him, and for Kyler to you know come from Arizona and you know continue that spark and to you know go through this new journey with him.
What was it like to see Sam win the Super Bowl?
It was phenomenal, honestly. I was very excited for him, very happy for him. He's been through a lot his whole entire journey. So, you know, for him to, you know, win this Super Bowl and for him to continue to, you know, be bright and to shine, and it's.
Shout out Luft in the building, OG. What's good, OG Ski? Miss you, man. I see you over there doing that work. I got your boy coming on tomorrow. Finally, me and Tyler Fonaz, man. The Rap and Tyler Show. Let's get it, man. We about to get it popping. Can't wait tomorrow. It's going to be during lunchtime, which is different. But again, hey, we got to get in where we fit in. You know what I mean? It's draft week, baby. It's draft week. We're going to be 48 hours away. Like, who better to have on than Tyler 48 hours away from the draft? Oh, yeah, it lined up perfect, man. Let's go. I can't wait.
It was amazing. I was very, very happy for him.
Justin, what are your weaknesses?
You know, that's something I try to, you know, understand every single day. It's just, I wouldn't say weaknesses, but, you know, there aren't totally my strengths. So it just would be just locking in when I'm tired, and that's the most hardest part.
And locking in when he's tired. I'm going to take y'all back real quick. If y'all remember, it was the Baltimore Ravens game where even shout out Davey OG, shout out OG Ski in the building. I see you, man. Shout out to you. Let's go. I want to go back to the Baltimore game. The Baltimore game, we saw Justin Jefferson just kind of mosey around. I remember the one interception, and Justin Jefferson was jogging. Y'all remember, we did videos on it. Everybody was talking about it and questioning if he was giving his all. Bro was tired, though. He was. And he notices that. And that's one thing I love about Justin Jefferson, bro. Like, he grows every single year, first of all, with the media, but then he knows what he did throughout the season, and he knows what he wants to work on, man. And he's not afraid to come on and say it. You know, a lot of people would hide that. You know what I mean? So it's just a blessing to have a player like him, a leader like him on our favorite team. I know some people will make the argument about the money and he's getting paid too much to be a wide receiver, whatever the case may be. But a lot of things that Justin Jefferson brings to the table, you can't pay for, man. Like straight up, bro. You just can't pay for it. There's no money that can buy it. This dude is a one of a kind, man. Shout out JJ for that, noticing that. He was bullshitting a couple games. That Baltimore game specifically, man. He did give up on the play. He did.
For any athlete,
he gave
is
up
to lock in when they're tired at their most vulnerable times, and then also.
Hey, shout out AZ, bro, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Making sure
Have
that
a good night at work, brother.
Holding on the contact, making sure that I'm still fighting through those people that's trying to put hands on throughout my route running, and those defenses where it gets really physical. So just trying to maintain that.
How tough was it now reflecting back on 2025, because you played a ton, your stats were down, you don't really control that at your position. As you reflect on that now, how difficult was the season? Because it was a healthy season where you probably didn't maximize yourself, but it really wasn't.
Productive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. It was just one of those seasons that you can't really reflect on too much, but you can reflect on it in a good way, which is taking the good things, the positive things out of last season, and then continue to work on those things leading up into this next season. So it's just not really much to really think of negatively. Every single season is not going to be that 1,500.
This season will. This season, I expect 1,500, bro. Straight up. This season, I expect 1,500, man. Let me get a skull in the chat for 1,500 for number 18, man. I need it, baby. Yes. Yes. Shout out Ronald in the building, man. Let's go. This year in 2026, Justin Jefferson must show up, and I think he will, because of the moves that our front office made. I think he's in prime position to come back to the 1,500, 1,400 yards. He's never been a real big touchdown guy, but we'll say 10 touchdowns at least. Let's give him double digits here. I just think that there's an opportunity in front of him, man, to really go off this year. Say, hey, we can get spicy with it and say Trip Crown. You know what I mean? We can get spicy and say the Triple Crown. Why not? Shit, we probably being a little too hot with that take. But still, man, I expect big things from JJ this year, man, for sure, for sure. He deserves it too, man. He deserves some goddamn quarterback play, man. Whether that's whether that's J.J. McCarthy or Kyler Murray, it really, at this point, man, listen, he needs some good quarterback play, man. He deserves some good quarterback play, bruh. There's no way that Kirk Cousins is the best quarterback that Justin Jefferson is going to have in his career. That shit is just crazy to think about. And we got to do better here. We got to do better in Minnesota, man. Let's go.
1,800 plus yard season. So it just one of those learning curves, one of those things that you kind of just got to continue putting in that work, and then it's all going to pay off on the back end.
When you were working with JJ, what did that look like? Did you go out to California, or were you guys?
No, we was at a designated location.
Hey, you got a good point, Purple Punch. I like that.
We was at a designated, a good location. Some here in Minnesota, mostly here in Minnesota. But really just anywhere where we can meet up and find time to really throw the ball to each other. And it really doesn't have to be that, having to run 30 different routes, but it's all about just, feeling the ball and seeing the ball coming out of his hand, and then just feeling the impact and the velocity of his football. So it's great to just.
You see how he emphasized the velocity, right? Like, we all know, and it's funny too, because going into the draft process, remember, and even afterwards, how people were questioning if JJ McCarthy can throw the ball with power. And it's like, bro, listen, anybody you talk to will tell you now, hey, regardless of how you feel about his accuracy and shit like that, he ain't lacking power. Like he definitely got a rocket. All right, that bitch coming out. I'm telling you that right now, man. JJ just let you know that too. The velocity. He said the word. He had to emphasize that shit. The velocity.
Get that timing down pat. Of course, starting way earlier now than starting in training camp. So just getting a little head start, and it definitely feels good working with him for sure.
Just anything you noticed different with JJ at all? You mentioned the delivery speed. And mechanic wise, you noticed the change at all?
Mechanic wise, I feel like that's more of a KO's question.
Hey. Hey, why they trying to trip my boy up, man? You know what I mean? Like, why they trying to trip him up, right? They are literally trying to trip Justin Jefferson up out here, man. They want Justin Jefferson to throw JJ McCarthy under the bus so bad, bro. Shout out Judd. I like what you did there. I don't know who that was in the background asking that question. If somebody knows, drop it in the chat. But like, come on, man. Hold on. Let's see if we can hear it again. Let's see if we can recognize the voice.
Mechanic for sure.
Just anything you noticed different with JJ at all? You mentioned the delivery speed. And mechanic wise, you noticed the change at all?
I don't know whose voice that is.
Mechanic wise, I feel like that's more of a KO's question. I'm not really looking too much of the mechanics, but I am looking at the timing of when he's throwing the ball, the location where he's throwing the ball at, and I feel like he's a lot more confident into where I'm going to be at, how fast I'm going to get there, what timing to throw that ball before I break. He's kind of understanding all of that, and just like I said before, it comes with time.
Sounds like
it
Doogie.
comes with just seeing it, repetition,
Nitro.
and
sound like
seeing it
Doogie.
over and over again.
So
by this
more like
time next
Pete.
year, he's going to be an even totally different quarterback than he is now. So just trying to work with him every single chance that I get, trying to fix the little things that we can fix. But at the end of the day, he's not perfect, and we're not expecting him to be perfect. So
and straight up, Pete, man, hey Pete, you full of shit, bro. Like I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like although like I appreciate you trying to get us content, you full of shit for asking him a question like that. Because again, Justin Jefferson, I'm glad that he's media trained. But that's a question that shouldn't be a question you ask. You asking him about what you think about JJ mechanics and shit. Like, come on, man. Seriously, you know what I mean? Like, come on, dog. Like that shit there just don't make any sense for you to be asking Justin Jefferson that question. It doesn't. You know what I mean? It's entertainment for the viewers like me, the fans like us, because we're like, damn, is JJ really gonna answer that in a way? But come on, dog. Like you gotta tighten up, bro.
just trying to get him as close to perfect as we can.
Justin, you've gone to
It's
some Timberwolves
Lumbergus.
games and formed that connection with Ant Edwards, just with them and the Wild.
My
being in the
guy,
playoffs
shout
right
out
now. Do you plan
Brevski.
to hit up any games, support those guys?
Maybe so. I haven't been to a hockey game before, so I might have to, swing by that. Right. I heard it was crazy atmosphere, good time, so I might have to go check that one out. But Timberwolves definitely got to sneak in there and give me a game or two for sure. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Hey man, great presser. Great presser from JJ. Great presser from JJ. They tried to get him to slip up a little bit. They tried to get our boy to slip up a couple times during that press conference. It didn't work, but you could tell what our media group is trying to do here. Our media group trying to start some bullshit, and again, I could appreciate it to a certain extent, but some of the questions is just like, bro, come on, man. Now we're about to get to the one that I think is the most important, and that is Kevin O'Connell. Now, Kevin O'Connell's is long. I'm gonna try not to pause it too many times, but I already know I haven't watched Kevin O'Connell, so this is brand new for me. I'm going to be reacting to this live with you guys. I don't know what the hell Kevin O'Connell said today, but I'm sure we are going to be able to nip and pick some shit out of there that, to me, my trust is still lost with KO. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, my trust is still lost. I don't know what to believe, what not to believe, because he can say in this presser that he's ready to hit the field and he's going to start running the football. And would I believe that? No, I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Because he showed us the truth. They say, man, once they show you, man, you believe them. You know what I'm saying? Once they show you who they are, believe them. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So, hey, without further ado, though, man, let's get to the head coach, man, the head guy. Let's listen to it.
One of my favorite days of the year, the new year, when you actually get your team in for the first time. Phase one is always an interesting thing because you're so excited to get them all back here. And outside of me, trying not to be long-winded in a team meeting this morning, they're really spending their time with Joe and the strength and conditioning staff, position coaches, and we're really building, the initial foundation of what we hope to really get done during kind of the off-season program, which, as you guys know, from my perspective, is really the
shout out Kinetic, man. He said, "Rap, stop it. You know the rules. KOC is the perfect coach. You have to blame everything on JJ. That's the rules, man. 5. I'll give you a 5, man. I'll give you a 5, man. JJ does need to get better, bro. You know that. You know your boy Justin. You know your boy JJ McCarthy got to get better this offseason, bro. We gonna see, bro. It's right around the corner. It's the beginning of the end.
Teaching and learning phase to set these guys up to have their best chance to compete when the training camp comes around. So obviously been a really good process throughout the offseason. Big week with the draft coming up this week. Just want to compliment Rob, his the personnel staff, the coaching staff, the way it's come together. We got a lot of talented people in this building, and just the work both here, offsite, at pro days, visits,
what about
workouts,
the scouts, KO?
the combine. Everybody's put everything they had into this to make this a positive outcome, and guys have really worked really well together.
What about them scouts, KO?
This.
Brev said, "Rap, do you have a show tomorrow night before I head out for the week?" I don't, but we should do one though, because I do. I remember I said I wanted to do a 1-round mock, but like do all 32 teams and try to see if we can guess it. Actually, like see how close we get. And during the draft, we'll pull it up and see how close we got. So that'll be cool to do. So yeah, we can definitely tap in. We could tap in. That's a fact.
The end of the week plays out.
Coach, what kind of message does it send to have Justin Jefferson here at the start of OTAs?
Yeah, it's I spend I spend so much time with Justin, just and I'm sure he gets tired of seeing my name come up on his cell phone. When he doesn't answer, I text him, and when he doesn't answer my text, I call him.
Damn, my boy, a micromanager.
Got a nice little sequence going, but I get it.
Damn, KO micromanaging them boys out there, man. Knock it off, man. What the hell you doing, bro? Don't be a micromanager, man. That's one thing a motherfucker can't stand is a micromanager, bro. Like, let me be grown, bro. God damn. At least he admitting he a micromanage. Shout out, Mr. I Want to Mock, man. Let's go. I didn't even see you in the building, man. My bad, bro. Ski.
And a Ric Flair.
Oh, my guy, Bob. Is it Bob Swede or Bob's Weed? That was funny. Somebody said that. I'm like, damn, you got a good point. I always thought it was Bob Swede, like Swede is his last name. And it's like, no, it's Bob's Weed. Okay, bet. To me, it's Mr. I Want to Mock. So
every now and again, and when I do, he knows how much he means to me. I think his leadership, spoke for itself a year ago, and as he's, continues to ascend, really as the face of our franchise, he continues to understand the weight of that and kind of the weight of the office of, I want him to have an impact. I want him to feel like he's involved with.
Hey, no, that's a fact, Skull, bro.
We decided to do as our team.
Hey, look, my Skull, bro, cook with this one, though. I don't remember hearing all the KOC bashing when Sam was winning, but when Golden Boy couldn't run the offense, KOC is trash. And I'll say this. Even when Sam Darnold was winning, though, I know there still were a small group of people that still didn't appreciate that he neglected the run, right? That was the main thing. But I still was excited, and it did look good. I ain't gonna lie. It looked good. It's proof that you can run KOC's offense if you know how to run KOC's off. Like KOC's offense isn't that bad if you have a quarterback that is capable of doing so. That's where I think the issue is. Like, yes, is there things that can be better? Yeah, absolutely. One of the main things is stop neglecting the run, especially when you see that it's working early in the game. Like you have to stay consistent with that. But there, as far as his passing schemes and shit go, there's things you can shorten. You don't like his long concepts, and he can get some passes in there. There's things you can criticize, obviously, but when we are winning, Sam Darnold made him look really good. He made his offense look really good, man. And that just shows you that if you have a quarterback that is capable, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. You can win a lot of football games with him. Hey, can JJ McCarthy be capable in 2026? We're going to see. Shout out Jackson, man. My guy Jackson in the building.
And a Ric Flair.
How we prepare our team. I think he's earned the right to be a part of those conversations, and I enjoy the heck out of having them with him. And, I know everybody was excited to see him here today. And as busy as he is and as many directions as he gets pulled in, for him to make it a priority to be here today. And
shout out my guy
be here
Bobby
this week, to kick things off is massive.
Kevin, what is this phase like with Kyler in terms of him getting onboarded here?
Yeah, so the initial phase is really the guys will throw a little bit on their own, but we're not really as coaches, we're not allowed to be there until we get to the phase 2 setting. So they'll do some of that, light throwing at the end of a couple of the workouts, just to kind of get going a little bit. But we really, I'm a big believer in the first few days, the first.
Hey, so can somebody in the chat tell me what are they allowed to do during this process? Like, I know they said this is like the phase 1 of the season off-season program or whatever the case may be. Like, are they actually out there playing catch and shit like that, or what's the deal? Who knows the answer to that? Drop it in the chat, man, if you know the answer to that. What is or is it just meetings, whiteboard meetings and shit? Because I don't really know. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's why I'm asking, obviously. Yeah. That's why I'm asking. Help a brother out. Help a brother out, man. Were they playing catch today or what? Let's go, man. Shout out Bobby, my guy, man. He said, everyone like and share. WA friend for rap, man. Let's go, man. Share it with a friend. Let's get it. Let's get it popping. They're basically just working out. Oh, okay. So they're basically just like lifting weights and stuff, doing whiteboard talk. Okay. They can't do any installs or anything. Got you. Can't answer the question. Deflect by blaming the 22-year-old rookie. What? Here go Kinetic in here. God dang. Sticking up for JJ McCarthy. Bro, hey, don't worry, bro. The truth is about to come out. We got a couple more months, bro. Relax. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Couple days this week for sure. You get the units together. We got our team together this morning for, kind of a welcome and an intro and just laying out some of.
And then we're going to ask this question too, Kinetic. This will be for you too. If JJ McCarthy isn't the starting quarterback this year, does that mean he wasn't ready? Does that mean he didn't develop? Does that mean that he didn't make any progress in his play? Would that mean that? Because if you ask me, I'm going to say, yeah. I'm going to say, look, if JJ McCarthy isn't QB1 in September, that means that Kevin O'Connell and the rest of the staff feel like he isn't ready. He isn't good enough. I mean, that's really what it's going to boil down to, right? That's really what it's going to boil down to, because you have a new quarterback here that is at a disadvantage if you're talking about knowing the playbook, understanding KOC's offense. We already talk about how KOC's offense is hard to learn. You've had multiple quarterbacks talk about how learning KOC's offense isn't an easy task. And, real quick too, I want to talk about what what the heck, what? Why to do that? Hold on. I want to talk about too what Kirk Cousins said something interesting about Kevin O'Connell. How Kevin O'Connell was trying to pretty much pretty much change up his footwork. Y'all remember that? He was trying to change up my man's footwork, bruh. Kevin O'Connell seems like a micromanager, somebody who sits there and tries to change quarterbacks and make them do things that they're not naturally known to do, bro. And he got to chill with that. I'm going to be honest with you. But I say that to say, like, I'm curious to see what he tries to do with Kyler Murray. But again, if JJ McCarthy isn't quarterback one, does that mean that he just isn't good enough? What does it mean? Because he was quarterback one last year. So it should be technically his job to lose. So if Kyler Murray is quarterback one, that means JJ lost his job, technically, right? Are we all on the same page with that? That means that means JJ McCarthy lost his job. His job got took. Because that's where I'm at with it. I'm gonna be honest with you. As far as I'm concerned, I do believe Kyler Murray's going to be the quarterback of the Vikings. But in all reality, JJ McCarthy should technically be quarterback one right now today. Like today, the team should be treating JJ McCarthy as quarterback one because he was that last year. And you drafted him with the 10th overall pick in 2024. So yes, he should be the quarterback one. So when we do see Kyler roll out there in September, just know that Kyler Murray took that shit. Like, let me get that. You know what I'm saying? It's my job now. We're going to see. We're going to see, man. Hold on. He must be talking some BS. That's why I won't play. Let's see. Hold up. Hold up real quick. See? They know he talking some BS, bro. They like rap. He talking BS, bro. You gonna go ahead and pause this for you, brother.
Came in for the first time. Phase one is always to back off to be with their families or.
I don't know where we were,
that's
but
great too. But we try to get our work in and be real purposeful with everything that we do, everything we ask of our players, and know that we're ramping up from phase one to phase two, and then inevitably after whatever it is, Memorial Day, we'll be able to get on the grass all together.
Kevin, in terms of the number of players spending part of the offseason here, have you seen that tick up over your time here? What do you think led to that? So,
I have. I think I would just tip my cap to all of our resources on the first floor, whether it's Tyler and his group. Inevitably, there's going to be guys working through some things coming out of the season. We've got great doctors here, so a lot of our guys, get some of the best care possible right here in the Twin Cities. I think Joe, one of the things that, I was really, interested to get feedback on after the season was just after a full off-season training camp and season been with those guys in the strength and conditioning program. And Joe, I know surveys get thrown out a lot around different parts of the NFL, but one thing that came back, crystal clear to me was our players are ecstatic about Joe and that staff in there, and I think it's a credit to those guys how they've been able to kind of make this a team environment in there, but yet players feel like they've got individual programs, ways that I personally have a direct path to getting to where I want to get to. So people have found that very beneficial to maybe it's not the entire time, but making sure that they're not only here present with them enough, but then all of our players are constantly we're connected with some of the people that train them from afar, trading notes and making sure these guys just want to make sure that they capitalize on the resources we have in this building for sure.
Kevin, how often are you talking to Harrison Smith?
It's been a few days, but now that you remind me, I'll probably bug him today. But
all right, let's go.
No, it's something we're
bug him today. Boy, KOC seemed like an annoying ass head coach, bro. Be calling and texting you all time of the night and stuff like that, bro. Like, man, leave these players alone, man. It's off season, bro. Relax. Like, shit, man. This dude, he'll be texting like a girlfriend.
Still trying to give Harrison as much space as possible, and I think he's earned that. If it's anything at this point, Dave, it's seeing how he's doing, seeing how his family is, seeing how his golf game is, all of those things.
So does that affect your draft thoughts at all?
Thank you. I love this question. Oh, man, who asking this question, bro? This is the question I would have asked if I was in this room I didn't even let him finish asking the question. But if I was in this room, he asked the question I would ask, bruh. Listen.
All those things.
So does that affect your draft thoughts at all in terms of whether he's, what his final decision ends up being? Do you need to know before the draft?
No, I don't think so, Kevin. I think it's something that you kind of look at it from a lens of the most important thing is getting your board stacked with how we see him, and that's a combination of the evaluations from a lot of different people, and we've got a scouting department, a coaching staff that has worked so well together through this process that it's about setting that board, and then obviously
bullshit. I'm calling him out on it right now. This the type of talk. Shout out Salif, man. He said busy with school. Hey, shout out Salif, bro. Appreciate you, dog, tapping in tonight. Hey, doing your thing in school, bro. Keep it up, bro. Keep it up, man. Shout out to you. Shout out Soldier in the building. Angelo, he said KO acting like a side peep. Facts, bro. Like, damn, dog. Like, you texting all the players and shit late night, bro. Relax. Damn, bro. This dude, man. But, like, right here, man, so that was a great question. Because we asked ourselves this question during our shows that we do. And we say, like, y'all have heard me say this before too. Like, there's no way that I can sit back and believe that Harrison Smith not making a decision doesn't affect the way you draft in 2026. And the reason being is because some of the top players that are going to be around 18 that the consensus are saying, all the professionals, the experts, it's safeties. It's Dylan Thieneman and it's Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's like, bro, there's no way those guys play his position. So like, if you're waiting, and I know I said the other night, it is what it is. Like at this point, right? We're 2 days, 3 days away from the draft. At this point, as a fan, I'm telling you right now, Harrison Smith better just be playing football for the Minnesota Vikings in 2026. Because if he comes out after the draft, let's just say we draft Sadiq, right? Let's just hypothetically speak here. We draft tight end Sadiq. We're happy about that. We say, hey, you know what? Dude's a baller. Boom. Let's see how we can fit him in 2026, even though that room seems pretty crowded. Seems like they believe in Josh Oliver and the TJ Hawkinsons for 2026 at least. But we got we got us a baller, right? And then after the draft passes, a couple of weeks down the road, Harrison Smith puts a post out on Instagram and Twitter talking about how, thank you, Minnesota Vikings fans, this, that, and the third. Now, you telling me you wouldn't be pissed off and be like, bro, and let's just say that EMW was on the board and Dylan Thieneman was on the board at 18. But your team, you're not going to tell me that KOC and Rob didn't consider that, not drafting them, knowing like, well, we do got Harry coming back possibly this year. So maybe we don't have to address that position. Regardless if I want to draft a safety with the first pick, like with number 18, it doesn't matter. It's hard for me to believe that it doesn't throw some kind of monkey in the wrench, bro. I'm just being real. It's hard for me to just sit back and say, it doesn't matter at all. I think it does matter. I think it does. Unless they know and just haven't said it. Maybe Harry has told them, I'm coming back. Don't worry about it. I'm chilling though, but I'll be back. Don't worry. I'm gonna run it back one more time. If that's the case, okay. But then you need to say that, bruh. You need to say that shit. Because I'm gonna be frustrated. I'm gonna be real. I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna be mad. I love Harry to death, and I'm gonna support him regardless of what he does. But this, to me, it's irritating. It's Aaron Rodgers. It's like what Aaron Rodgers is doing to the Steelers right now. Oh, he's not making a decision yet and doesn't plan on making a decision. What if the Steelers want to go quarterback? Like these veterans, bro, that have been playing for years, they feel like they can just hold franchises hostage and shit before the draft. Like, we're trying to team build, right? Like, we still got to play football after you leave, right? You do understand that shit, right? This shit don't stop just because you retire. Like, bro, we got to continue to try to get to the promised land. The hell you doing, man? Like, I don't like that, man. That's something that really bugs me. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You want to have conversations about, with each and every selection, how that impacts your depth chart, your 53-man roster, But no, it doesn't.
Kevin, what kind of impact do you anticipate Keith Carter having on your offensive line?
Yeah,
shout out my guy Delton, man.
Somebody that when the season ended, we went through a real thorough process of talking to quite a few people. Really had to cast a wide net, a deep, talented kind of pool of guys, and I'd kind of really wanted to see Keith's vision for the room.
You got a good point.
I think it can be a real benefit to have kind of come a year ago and kind of in that assistant role, you really have to kind of allow the lead O-line coach to lead, and he did a great job of that. He was really, really good with the young guys. He was really good with the development of some of our young guys, whether it's Donovan or Joe or any of those other young guys that we had. But what I really was struck by was Keith's vision.
That's another thing too, Barbara, is what would happen, and that's what would irritate me, is because it's not so much that Kevin O'Connell will start the vets. I think you meant to say Brian Flores will start the vets. Like Brian Flores, think about this. You draft Dylan Thieneman or you draft Emmanuel McNair-Warren. We want to get younger as a fan base, bro. Like, let's just say that. We love Harrison Smith. See, Harrison Smith is that player where it's hard to really sit back and you can't talk bad about him because you really just can't, right? Because he's a beast, bro. Like, he's one of my favorite Minnesota Vikings of all time. I'm sure he's mostly one of you guys is, if you name a top 10 list, Harry's going to be on that mug, dog. Like, for real, he really is. He's going to be on your list somewhere, bruh. All right? And it's hard to say, just kick him out, blah, 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 blah. But the truth of the matter is, even if Dylan Thieneman should be playing or Emmanuel McNeil-Warren should be starting in 2026, it's not going to happen. And then you wasted a number 18 pick on a guy that now has to sit. And now as a fan base, we have to wait a year out, just like the Dallas Turner thing. We're going to be in 2028 talking about, okay, this is the year now Dylan Thieneman should show us that he can ball. In 2028, we can predict that. That's when we'll be talking about Dylan Thieneman if we were to draft him on Thursday night, because Harrison Smith is coming back. And that's just not what I'm trying to do, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be real with you, bro. I'm just not trying to do that. Straight up, I'm not. Shout out Nathan in the building. I see you, man. Appreciate you tapping in, brother.
For how we play, what it looks like when we snap the ball, the way we run off the ball in the run game, his thoughts on how we can continue to strive to be the best pass protection team that we can, understanding how we've been played against from a standpoint of a lot more four-man rush and games and picks and things that make it so that you've got to really identify the areas to spend your most time on task to, really justify and match up with how you're defended. We have players like Justin, like Jordan, we have, TJ, we have players that warrant a conversation for our opponents when they're putting together game plans that require coverage and principles of coverage to be a big part of that. So the way to maximize pressure against us historically over 4 years has really been to, send four guys forward in the most dynamic way possible and try to make it really, really.
Oh, by the way, my boy Pace is back, baby. Let's go. I know y'all mad. Don't worry.
Give me 2 taps and a Ric Flair.
Really hard on those five guys up front. So what are we doing schematically? What are we doing from a play calling standpoint? What are we doing from how we identify certain things to try to make it as clear, concise, and make it about technique and fundamentals? And that's where Keith had such a clear vision of what that looked like. And just consulting with some of our players, whether it was Brian or CD, Donovan, any of those guys,
let's go. Hit that like button on the way
clear that he was the right guy. And then also to be able to get a guy like Frank Smith, part of the think tank, part of the offensive staff, in that assistant head coach role that can bring 4 years of his most recent experience helping coordinate Mike's offense in Miami. But even beyond that, having been in the O-line room, having coached tight ends, he's a very, very, experienced coach that's brought a ton to kind of the high-level thinking of our offensive staff. It's been awesome.
How does the think tank work, too? Because, at the end of the day, there has to be a decision made on things, Kevin. So, like how much has this potentially altered how you're going to approach things offensively?
Yeah.
And at what point is too much input probably not a great thing? If that makes
No, it's a great question because at the end of the day, you've got to the game moves fast and you got to really lean into.
Boy, Judd a beast with the questions, man. Shout out Judd.
All the work that's been done up until those moments, but there's still a game going on. There's still adjustments happening. Each individual play call, each circumstance, down and distance, where you are on the field, all those things apply, especially in the head coach role, where you're trying to manage the team to win the football game. And sometimes you call plays, with a mindset of how well your defense is playing or how well your special teams
Shout out Michael
unit is
Oliver,
doing,
man. My brother
stealing
said
yards in the kicking game.
Hey, he got a point. He said, my brother said, if Hitman comes back, let's get Peter Woods. We need that run stopper, which is a fact. We definitely need that run stopper. You on point with that. Shout out my brother, man, Michael. Let's go. Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate you dropping your 2 cents on the situation, man. That's a fact.
And the Ric Flair.
Shout out Howland. Let's go. He said, bruh, KOC is cooked. 18th draft spot. Here we come. 20th, the highest. Man. Yeah, man. My boy is kind of cooked. I ain't gonna cap. He looked depressed. He looks depressed.
But I do think, Judd, I do think that the
confidence is definitely not there.
Time that we've spent as a staff really evaluating not only this past year, there were some outliers with this past year, but there are some things when you look at, 3-4 years of inventory now, there's some things that I know me personally, I've got to look at and really take as tangible information to help me be what I want to be, which is the best version of myself, not only as the head coach, but
he talking good. You talking good. You know what I mean? You knowing to talk good, bruh. You talking real good right now, bro. You talking good. Let's see about it though. Can you walk that talk? That's what we all here for, Kevin O'Connell. We not here to hear you talk anymore. You talk really good, bro. You know what to say. You do. We give you that. You get an A+ for that, bro. Everybody knows you a politician, bro. Everybody knows that. Now, when September comes, are you going to? Can we go back to this interview right here, this presser right here, where you said you're going to do this and do that and you're going to learn from it? Can we go back and say, you know what? Our head coach is a man of his word. Our head coach is a man of his damn word. And you know what? I'll jump back on the train. Now, do I think I'm gonna be jumping on a train this year? Hell no. Nope. I don't. I'm just being real. I don't.
As the play caller, every year is different. You know you're going to stay true to some foundational things, but how you get there, the creativity you get there with, the principles that you get there with can look a lot different. And I think that's ultimately on me. And I've really challenged the staff to, have some conversations about really detailed, specific ways that we can get better in different phases of our offense. And then also understand, you look back on a lot of it and, there's a lot of sayings you can, attach to it in regard to where close ends up getting you. But we've been close on some things that dynamically could change some things. But what are we doing as coaches to make sure we are providing the most clarity? This is exactly where we want aiming points, landmarks, techniques, first steps.
We almost at the end, y'all.
Because that's what this time is this offseason program. I told the team this.
Where are they going to talk about the quarterback? Come on, man. What, they saving the best for last? We got 5 minutes left in the presser, man. Come on, man. Hey, let's go, man. Let's get to the shits. Let's get to the shits. Come on. Down 65 pounds. Hey, Yogi, bro, I seen a picture of you, brother. You look real good, man. Hey, shout out to you putting in that work, bro. People don't know how much discipline that takes. I mean, which also lets me know why you're a great coach. You know what I'm saying? Because discipline, bro. You could teach it to your guys out there on the field, man. Shout out Yogi, bro. Shout out Yogi on that journey, man. For real. Let's go. Now, I don't know, Yogi. The last thing you got to do, I don't want to put your news out there. Everybody knows this, though, if you've been around Yogi. He smoked the cigs still. I seen you smoking the cigs, bro. Hey, hopefully the next step, the next journey is to put them cigs down, bro. I don't got much room to talk because I still be vaping, but you know what I mean? Put them cigs down, bro. You got to put them SIGs down next, bro. That's the next journey. Let's go. But one step at a time, brother. One step at a time.
This morning, we have a foundation built culturally, football-wise, but this 9 weeks is about raising that foundation to a higher level, because then you can start having a conversation about your ceiling as a football team when training camp comes around and what you inevitably have to, in a short amount of time, prepare your team to become. But for right now, it's about that foundation, details, little things where we don't have an opponent to put stress on us from the standpoint
you got to put them
of
SIGs down
a scoreboard
too,
or a gotta-have-it situation. We've got ourselves.
Oh, okay. Yogi
we've got to
said he
maximize
stopped.
every single day and make sure when our players leave here.
Say word, man. December 10th, man. Say word. Let's go, man. W Yogi in the chat, man. Let's go, man. W Yogis. Let's get it, man. Holland, you next then, brother. Put them damn cigarettes down, man. Them shit, first of all, them shit stank now. Like, now that I don't do them shit stank. Everything bad about them, man. Ain't nothing good about them shit. I'm gonna be real with you. Them shit trash. And I'm gonna tell you now, it used to be like a cool thing back 20 years ago. Now that should be frowned upon, rightfully so, man. Like, motherfucker don't really want to be around people smoking cigarettes and shit. You be like, man, get that shit from by me, man. And straight up, you gotta put them SIGs down, man. Delt, I see you, bro. Hey, Delt, put them SIGs down.
Especially
brother.
in a voluntary program where you're really, asking a lot out of many of these guys to be here away from their families and things like that.
Hey, by September, by the time we kick off an NFL season, man, we smoke free in this motherfucker, man. Let's go. I ain't gonna lie. You can vape though, because I ain't gonna chill with that. Y'all can grab a vape though, for sure.
You got to make it worthwhile. You got to give them every tool, every resource, every ounce of coaching we have, and also give them the runway to grow every single day as players.
Coach, we asked you a couple weeks ago about Jonathan Grenard.
Yeah.
Anything changed since then?
I had a conversation with him last week. We're trying to keep our conversations and dialogue going. I have such a good relationship with Jonathan. He's been so impactful on me personally.
That's a fact,
one of our leaders.
That's a fact.
He knows exactly how
I
feel about him,
today,
how we
too,
feel
isn't
about
it?
him
Damn.
as an organization, and I'll continue to have that dialogue and ongoing dialogue, and as we move forward. But it's been good, and I think I think Jonathan's really respected at least the point of view that our dialogue brings and the clarity, and he knows that I'm always a phone call away.
And I know this is a voluntary thing, but do you expect him to be part of this phase one part?
I can't speak for the days moving forward.
No, because his agent's gonna tell him not to be. That's the thing, man. Like, this the deal with Jonathan Grenard. He gonna be a pain in the ass moving forward. So, like, the truth of the matter is, you might as well ship him, bruh. Ship him. All right. The video I released earlier about Jonathan Grenard, y'all didn't really tap into it. I ain't gonna lie. I think it might be the title and something, but it didn't really get much traction. But I'll go over a couple things that I fear with Jonathan Grenard going to the Eagles specifically. The one thing I fear about that is Howie Roseman. I fear their general manager, because usually, I stated this in the video, usually when we look at the Philadelphia Eagles, when they make a business move, when they make a trade, where they sign a player, whatever the case may be, they usually always come out on the winning side. So what I fear is we're going to get fleeced by the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't want us to get into a situation where we're desperate and we feel like we got to ship and we just take anything, because I do believe Jonathan Grenard holds some value, bruh. We can't let a Daniil Hunter situation happen where you ain't getting shit. Like, you have to be able to capitalize off of good players you have on your team that no longer want to either be there because they want money, whatever the case may be. You need to be able to learn how to capitalize off of that. That is part of running a football team. All right. You can't just, whatever, he don't want to be, just let him go for nothing. It is what it is, and you wind up getting fleeced, and you set our franchise back while they're over there thriving. Dog, I'm done being on the shit end of the stick. All right, listen, send his ass and try to get as much value as you can now before these programs start. He's just gonna be a thorn in the damn ass because he ain't gonna show up. He gonna be sitting on the sidelines watching. I'm not practicing because I'm worth more money. Bullshit, bro. I don't like players like that. Get him up out of here.
He was not here today, but yeah, it's a.
See, he wasn't here today. See, he already with the bullshit. Get him out of here, bro. Get him out of here. He already, see, that's the difference. Let's go back to Justin Jefferson real quick. When Justin Jefferson was going through this, guess what? Justin Jefferson was in the building. It didn't matter. Justin Jefferson didn't sit out not one time. He popped out for every single, even voluntary, this man popped out. That's the difference between somebody who actually wants to win and is about the name on the front of the jersey. And that's the difference. Somebody like Grenard, you don't want to pay, I'm not showing up. You know what I mean? Like, and I understand it's a business, bruh, but like, come on, man. We ain't do you wrong, bro. Like, you had ample opportunities. We could have benched you when we drafted Dallas Turner, but we still let you pretty much get all the snaps. And we put our first round pick on the back burner. And now we're heading into year 3 and still don't know if he's going to be a star or not. We did that for you, JG. For you. But see, we don't want to talk about that. You know what I mean? Like that's something we don't want to talk about. And now that it's time to show up, you want to sit out. I don't like players like that, bro. Get them out, man. Get them the fuck out of here.
Voluntary camp, we've had historically really, really great participation, and I understand, the things that come up from a business standpoint, and I think a lot of people understand that, and we'll just keep working through it.
Kevin, just when it comes to Jordan Addison picking up his 5th-year option, where do you think he is at, and why do you want to pick up the 5th-year option?
Yeah, I think, from a talent standpoint and his impact, it was really felt immediately when Jordan first arrived here, and what he's brought to our offense and his ability to really dynamically complement Justin. And I view Jordan as one of the top tier, quote unquote, if you want to call him number 2s in the league. And that is not in any way, shape, or form negative when you're talking about that other guy being Justin Jefferson.
That's a fact.
But
that's a fact.
The other part of it with Jordan is, just our relationship and where it's gotten to. And we've spent a lot of time together.
How many times you text him? How many times you text him a day, bruh? Tell us.
Talking about his personal growth. He was an incredibly young player when he got into the NFL, and he's learned some lessons over the years, and I think he understands it's a critical time in his career. His ability to have an impact doing what he loves, which is playing football, loves playing football as much as anybody we have in this organization. But we need to make sure that he understands where he's at now and the growth and all those things and what that equals. And I think he does, and I'm excited.
Oh, it's Bob's birthday, man. Happy birthday, Bob. Let's go. Shout out Bob, man. Mr. I Want to Mark. Happy birthday, my guy. Everybody drop a happy birthday, Bob, in the building, man. Let's go, my guy. Let's get it. Shout out to you. I can do some balloons for you, but they're gonna be on my screen. But I got you, man. There you go, man. Happy birthday, Bob, man. Let's go. Yay. Nah, for real though. Happy birthday, bro.
Get going with him this year.
Kevin, as you're getting to the end of this draft process here, there's the prep process with Robin. Kind of at the point of that. What has this been like working with him, and just how has his influence on this kind of taken shape over the whole draft process?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost with Rob, I joke with him all the time.
Wait a minute.
He is
so we're
so
1 minute
on me
to the end of this presser, and you telling me they didn't talk about JJ McCarthy? They didn't talk about JJ McCarthy or Kyler Murray at all, or did I skip past it at the beginning? Like, hold on a minute. Am I lost? Am I tripping? Am I bugging? Nobody asked him anything.
Part of the interview process, and my relationship with him is so strong. He's such a good person. He's had the ability over these few weeks and couple months here to really, show some high quality leadership traits, bringing people together, personnel, coaches, scouts, everybody coming together to have really, really good dialogue and really, really good back and forth to, in many ways there's a lot of agreement on players, and when there's not, we find good outcomes, we find good solutions, and that's all credited to not only our people, we've got great people here, but the leadership Rob has shown throughout this process, and it's been really fun, to support him throughout. that and
No,
really dive
Luff,
into
it
this
doesn't.
year's draft
It
class
doesn't look
and even
like he
beyond
wants to
that
be
free
here.
agency.
It really doesn't.
But I know we're all really excited for this week. Thanks, guys. Good to see everybody.
Hold on, man. So he didn't talk about Kyler and JJ at all, bro. You telling me Judd ain't hit him with a question? Did I skip it, bro? Like, I have no idea. Okay. Let's go to the last one, man. Let's get it, man.
His name, and
I know
really
Rob
want to go
talked
through
about
and
him.
name everybody's name. I really want to go
Okay, here
through
we
and
go.
name everybody's name. And
Let's
it
get
feels
to the
so
last
good
one, man.
When you hear your
We're going on
name,
an hour and
but I
15.
don't
Shout
wanna
out to
miss
everybody who
anybody, and it's
stayed
everybody
tapped
from
in
our,
tonight. We on the
our
last one,
scouting
and then we're gonna
staff,
get.
all
I'm
the way
gonna get
down
y'all
through
up out of here, man.
medical
Let's go.
training, equipment.
This is
operations.
keep in mind, y'all.
you know.
This is an important presser right here. This is possibly our new general manager moving forward. All right, like to me, I feel like how the room is moving, bro. How the Minnesota Vikings ownership is moving. I feel like he has the best shot to just be the general manager. Like it's going to be an easy transition. You heard what Kevin O'Connell said, how he's bringing everybody together and this, that, and the third. I mean, he is setting himself up to be the general manager, and that's just is what it is. So we might as well get used to hearing him talk right now, because this is probably going to be the first of many, we would hope, pressers leading into the draft, end of the season pressers. Let's get used to hearing how he talk his talk. So let's go, man. This is the first one where it's getting into the nitty gritty, bruh.
Player engagement, family engagement, football information systems, everybody. I'm probably forgetting somebody. And you all know who I'm talking to. I appreciate each and every one of you so much and love you and thank you for all the,
The first thing I noticed, he a little soft. All right. I'm gonna just be real. He a little soft, which, I'm not trying to be too critical on boy, right? Like, we got to see it play out. But he seeming you guys know him, I love you and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, bro, let's get to the football shit, bro. Come on.
player engagement, family engagement, football information systems, everybody. I'm probably forgetting somebody. And you all know who I'm talking to. I appreciate each and every one of you so much and love you and thank you for all the hard work and the effort, these last couple of months. And I'm also very grateful for the support, from the organization, starting with the owners, the football staff, KO. I mean, KO has been phenomenal. He's been a great partner. He's a great friend. Couldn't have been more grateful to work this process with him. And the coaching staff, they've been,
Bro, can we talk about some damn football, man? Golly, bro. I mean, shit, bro. Am I being too critical? Probably. All right, let me chill, man.
I just feel like they've been so supportive. And, that's been awesome.
Anything else?
It's been a long process, for us, and it feels like here we are at the home stretch. It's a big week for us. Obviously, our goal is to get this right, and we will. And we're ready to go. So, with that, fire away.
I like how he said, "Get this right, and we will." I like how he said, "We will get it right." Confidence. I like the confidence. Let's go.
Just in terms of working with KO, just how much has that helped your comfort level of sliding into a new role and having him there with the relationship you guys have built?
Yeah, I mean, it's always about the people, and he's just a great person, and he's a great colleague. He's a great leader.
Okay.
And I just feel like we have really good synergy. Me work.
No, not the synergy. Not the synergy. Yo, he hit us with the synergy word. Okay.
Working with the personnel staff and the football staff and KO with the coaching staff, getting alignment on both sides and then working together to get alignment, amongst us. And that's, really been going well.
To what extent did you guys, as you were working through logistics for those 3 days, did you change?
I'm going to tell you right now, bro. I'm going to just say this early right now. if this guy gets in the negotiation room with Howie Roseman, I'm letting y'all know right now, bro, we getting fleeced. I'm letting you know that right now. We are going to mess this thing up when it comes to negotiating with a shark. You know what I mean? Because he's not a shark, he's a guppy. I'm gonna just be real with you. He talked like a guppy. He moved like a guppy. This doesn't mean that he won't be a good GM because there's a lot of things that go into being a general manager. Shout out to Luff, for putting that in perspective when I had him on a couple months ago. But but this one to me, and this is just me reading body language and stuff, just based off of my profession and what I do for real work. If I'm talking to somebody like him, just the way he moves and stuff, man, it just seems like he's a people pleaser. And he wants to let everybody know how special they are and when he should be saying, hey, look here, man, matter of fact, let me stop. I'm not trying to cook him because I do this. There's still a great opportunity ahead of us for Rob to be the GM. So I'm not saying that I'm off the train or anything like that, but I am stating the facts of what we're seeing so far.
Things that you guys have historically done in terms of just who's doing what, who's sitting where, who's in the room, who's not in the room, those just type of real specific logistics. Is it pretty similar to what you've done before?
Pretty similar. Yeah, you won't see a lot of changes like within the room. Some of the responsibilities would be different, obviously. But by and large, the setup will be the same.
Discussions?
I think he's nervous, bro. I think he's nervous. Maybe he's just nervous because this is like his first actual press conference where the media is in his face with microphones and shit, asking him questions. He's in a room with all the media members, and maybe he's just nervous right now. I'll chalk it up to that because this is his. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, this is really his first legit where he's being asked real questions. You know what I'm saying? These aren't little bullshit questions. They're all right, bro, we're 48 hours, 72 hours away from the NFL draft, bro. We about to start asking you shit that should matter now. Now, can you answer this? You know what I mean? And I think he seems a little nervous. That's what I'm reading from it.
Changed, Rob? Just as far as approach to the board being set, who gets to say, I guess, well, but just as far as the preparation for the draft approach with Kwesi now gone and you in, has that changed or been altered?
I don't want to get into specifics of how we've done things, but we have done some things differently. But, by and large, it's just about good communication, working together, getting the board set, and just having thorough discussion. Some of the cadence and some of the things we have done in the past are different this year. But, it's really about the communication and getting them lined up and getting it right.
No, he definitely good at the money.
Wow, now on draft night, have you thought about that first draft call and how you?
My boy definitely a capologist. He great at his job. I will say that. He great at his job. Right now, what we're trying to figure out is, would he be great at being a GM? Would he be great in the war room, being in the war room, actually in the war room? Not, the soldiers draft the player and then he's just on the back end making sure the money makes sense. No, now you're actually in the war room. When Howie Roseman picks up and calls your cell phone, Rob, and he says, hey, bro, this is what I got for you. You know what I mean? This is what I got. Let's do this. Boom, 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 boom. Are you able to negotiate and actually let your nuts hang? That's my concern. That's all. Me reading his body language, that's where I'm at with it. I already feel like Kevin O'Connell's a nice guy, and now we got this nice guy. And what I don't want to happen is our franchise being took advantage of by sharks, because there's a ton of sharks out here, bro, and that GMs that you could be Mr. Nice Guy all you want, and we gonna continue to get fleeced when it's time to do real business. Can you stand on it? Yeah, that's a yeah. Can you stand on it, brother? That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. And maybe I'm judging the book by its cover. We gonna see. You know what I mean? That's the great thing about it. We gonna see. Only time gonna tell us, bro. We gonna see draft night. I'm gonna tell you right now. But if we let Jonathan Grenard walk out that door for a 3rd round pick or some bullshit, we already know what the deal is. I told y'all we gonna come back to this live and we gonna say, see, Howie Roseman went in there as a shark against a guppy, and that's exactly that's the outcome you gonna get. You gonna get fleeced, bro.
Prepare for that, or what you're gonna say?
Not really. I mean, it's this is a group effort. We're gonna make that selection. as the Minnesota Vikings family.
See, I'm sorry, man. I'm not trying to be like this, bro. Tonight, and to be real, I didn't watch this whole presser, man. I skimmed through this. I'm really not trying to be like this tonight. I'm really not. But here's my problem. When Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah got hired, the big word, what y'all remember, what was the word, everybody? Say it with me. Collaboration. Okay. The issue with that was we all agreed too. I remember us having conversations. We all agreed. There's too many cooks in the damn kitchen, bruh. At some point, somebody has to be the guy. At some point. That's just how business has to operate. It's nothing personal. This is how there's a chain of command. All of this Vikings family, we're all going to make a decision together. When you do that, there's too many minds, bro. There's no vision. The vision is all over the place because this guy might be has one vision. This guy has a different vision. You got your own vision. And then all of a sudden y'all come together and try to force a pick that all of y'all really ain't on the same page with. You know what I'm saying? There has to be somebody who says, look, I respect your vision. I respect your vision. This is how I see the outcome being. This is where I think we should go. And this is where we're going to go tonight. And I'll explain why we're going to go this way. All right. Because this, that, and the third. Now, what you got, we can try to maybe fit your vision in the second round, third round. There's players still on the board, so on and so forth. All of this, hey, we're going to let everybody pick. Everybody. Yeah. We're going to call the players, the wives of the head coach, Miss O'Connell going to have a say-so. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I'm not with that shit, bro. I'm sick of that shit.
And, it's exciting, obviously to be in this position. It's an awesome honor and opportunity and looking forward to it, but it's definitely an organizational, decision.
Rob, when you look just overall at the having 9 picks.
So let me ask y'all something too. What is an organizational decision? I'm just curious. So and the reason why I want to ask this question, right, is because when the player, let's just say hypothetically, the player we pick becomes a bust, right? Let's say we pick a player and he's not good. 2 years goes by, he's not good. Who are we blaming? Like who's taking the fall? You know what I'm saying? Who's taking the fall? Like why if this is the case, right? And this is how the Minnesota Vikings, let's just say the Minnesota Vikings operated just like what Rob is saying the past 4 years with Kwesi. Why did Kwesi lose his job? Why? That means the whole that means you should have just cleaned the crib. You should have just cleaned the crib. Everybody should have went. Everybody. You know what I mean? Kwesi should have got fired along with Kevin O'Connell, along with Rob, or Rob could have stayed just because he was doing the contracts. He didn't have no say-so up until this point here. But, Brian Flores, everybody. Since everybody made the pick, right? I mean, come on, man. All this collaborate. That's what I'm saying. Somebody has to stand up, bro, and be the man of the room. That's all I'm asking as a fan is when things don't work out, I want to know who I can blame as a fan, bro. I'm being real, other than just the players. Like the players, we blaming the players on Sundays as we're watching them play. We're able to evaluate their play on the field and criticize that or praise that, right? We would love to do more praising than criticizing, but we get the opportunity to do that because we see it. Now, when things aren't working and you draft a player and he doesn't pan out, the development of the player isn't what it should have been. Who are we blaming, bro? Because listening to Rob talk right now, we can't blame him, bro. We can't blame him because why? He's putting it out on everybody. It's everybody. You can't single one person out. It's the organization, the family. Come on, man. That ain't cool, bro. I don't like that. And maybe I'm being a little too critical on it right now, but that's just where I'm at right now, especially three days away from the draft. And it's like, okay, we picked so-and-so. Okay, who made the pick? Who influenced that? Who? I don't know. Shit, everybody.
Picks and having 4 in the top 100. What does this draft mean for you guys in the structures from a roster building standpoint?
It's important. The draft is the lifeblood of what we do, and so our goal is to get it right, and we will. It's an inexact science, but you give yourself the best chance by going through a good process and have good communication, like we've talked about before, just getting it lined up the right way and getting it lined up objectively. And I mean, honestly, I think the board kind of falls to you. We're working through some different hot spots, things that we think may be there that we're going to need to be prepared for, and I think we're in a good spot with respect to that.
With it's going from 10 minutes to 8 minutes between picks in the first round. Does that?
No, most of the time, Dave, you're just killing time. It's just like just that's for TV and all that. We could get these picks done pretty quick. Yeah.
Rob, have you enjoyed this? Like this, you've been here for a long time. But
I ain't gonna lie, Judd, bruh. Listen, I just hear Judd too, right? I just hear Judd, bruh. Like I love Judd, bruh. I don't see how you can not like Judd Zolgad, bruh. I don't. I truly believe Judd Zolgad might be the best voice for the Minnesota Vikings as far as trying to get information. Like I'm just being real. I have to get Judd on the show, bro. I gotta go. I gotta reach out to bro. Like, listen to this question, bro. Listen to this question.
We could get these picks done pretty quick. Yeah.
Rob, have you enjoyed this? Like this, you've been here for a long time. But I mean, this clearly is a step in a different direction. Just the whole process, and I don't know the pressures that go with it. Have you enjoyed being in this role?
I just love working with the people. I do. I mean, I have enjoyed the process. As far as
you can't make this shit up.
I've been doing this so long, Judd. I've seen a lot. I haven't seen everything, but I've seen a lot. I just enjoy working with the people. What I enjoy is consensus building.
You know what, Rob? Time out, Rob. I got something for you, bro. Like straight up, bro. Yeah, because you can't make this shit up. You need to go, and I love doing this type of work too. You need to go do charity work, right? You need to get a group of people together and change the world, bro. That's where your heart is at. I'm gonna tell you that, and there's nothing wrong with that. And as a matter of fact, I will join the team, brother. I really will. I'm being dead serious here. But I just don't know if this is for you the way you talk. And you really making me nervous, man, being the general manager of my favorite football team. You really making me nervous. And you're great at your job behind the scenes. And some people are just good at being behind the scenes. And some people are good at doing just specific things. And I think Rob is great at being a capologist. I do, man. Right now, tonight, if I had to judge, and that's all we're doing. We're just judging off the information we have tonight. Okay, he could tell all of us to kiss his ass and make the best pick in Vikings history, and we go to the Super Bowl in the next 2 years because of what Rob did and put in place, and that would be great, right? But right now, if I'm judging, in my opinion, I'm nervous, bro. I'm gonna just say that I'm nervous. I don't see it, bro. I don't see the vision. I just don't see the vision of him, man. I just don't, bro. I don't see him being the face of the team and actually calling shots. And he's already made it clear that he's not willing to do that. All right? He's not willing to do that. He's willing to pass it off on everybody else. And that's not the type of GM. We need a guy in there that's going to let his nuts hang. I've been saying this, man, and I'm going to stand on that. And that's where I'm at with it. He's not it. I'm being real. Love you, Rob, for real. You seem like a great guy. You really do. I'm curious to see how this turns out.
Collaboration, getting everybody aligned, and also when there is an alignment, trying to find that alignment and understand how different people see things differently. A lot of times they see it the same, but once you translate it, you realize everybody is on the same page. They just might be grading different, or they might just be describing it different. But I just love the process of team building, and just working through that aspect of it.
Rob, have you received any more unsolicited opinions from friends and family on who we should draft this year with this new position?
Not really. I mean, what's so cool is, we talk about it all the time, the fan base here is there's people can say what they want about fans all over the world. The Minnesota Vikings fans are the most supportive and the most passionate, and
let's go, Rob.
Honestly, it drives
I like
us,
that.
Every day in what we do when we're making these decisions, because we know, we want to give our fans something to be proud of and to cheer for, and one day, get to the pinnacle, of what we're doing, and it's definitely
too, Rob.
motivating.
Shout out to you.
Where would you say you guys stand with Jonathan Grenard at this point?
I mean, JG's a great player. I mean, I expect JG to be here. It's like there's all this speculation. There's been speculation. There's conversations that take place with respect to players all the time on rosters. And for some reason, sometimes some things get public and other times they don't. But, he's a really good player and a special person and a leader. And we're really happy he's a part of our team.
Rob, when it comes to 2027 out in the future, you've kind of mentioned that a few times when we've chatted with you. How difficult is it when you're going into a draft to try to project a year forward, even though you know that whoever you bring in will need development time and things like that? Like, how do you weigh the
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Like that was a great question, but you're asking him a question that he doesn't know. I'm just being real. Like we don't know, he doesn't know. All right? You got to think. He hasn't been involved with that. There's been people around him handling stuff like that. He doesn't know how to do it. He doesn't know. I'm curious to hear what he's about to say, but you can just tell from the first gesture. Okay, look, this is called reading body language. We don't even know what he's going to say yet, but just watch this after the question was asked, right? Watch the first gesture, right? And this just lets me know anything he says afterwards, there's no confidence in it at all.
Mentioned that a few times when we've chatted with you. How difficult is it when you're going into a draft to try to project a year forward, even though you know that whoever you bring in will need development time and things like that? Like, how do you weigh the future projections?
We were just in a meeting before we came down here, and that's part of it. You're always trying to balance that. And such a big thing in our league is having a path for your draft picks to play, especially your early picks. You want them on the field. And that's ideal. But there's also a world where you have to identify what the role is year one, but also what the bigger picture is, down the line. And so it's always a balance. And that's what we're talking about, what our needs are, in 2026, and then what our needs are in 2027 are two very different things. And so it's a process of, balancing those two things.
We've talked a little bit about him, I know already, but with Matt Thomas coming in, like, how helpful has that been for you? But then also just how has he kind of meshed with a group that's been together for?
I thought, now that I think about it, when I skimmed through this earlier at the beginning, I thought that he said JJ, but he said JG. And I was thinking he was talking about JJ McCarthy being a great football player and speculation and shit like that. But I'm confused. I'm like, are they going to talk about the quarterback? Like, is Justin Jefferson the only one being asked about the quarterback? Come on, man. What the hell is going on here, man? We need to know, man. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth. Ask him about the quarterback.
A long time.
He's just such a special human being. I mean, he's one of the most talented, if not the most talented executives I've ever been around in this business. And
y'all done let KO off the hook.
Again, I can't say enough about him, just dropping everything in his life. It was a retirement life, so it's not like, he had a pretty good life. But and to just move to Minnesota and be here to support this organization, and Emily, has been to the extent I'm kind of jealous. I mean, those two are hanging out, and I'm like, what? I'm like the guy left out. Now, he's been amazing, and he's also been, he's got such great people skills. And it's just fun seeing different, staff members gravitate to him. And it's kind of like Grandpa Matt.
Hey, Robin, when you talk about trying to get things right, can you define that a bit more? Because, I mean, the draft, you don't get starters.
Just let Judd ask all the questions, bruh. They should just let Judd. Judd needs to control the whole narrative here. They just need to say, hey, Judd, you ask all the questions today. Everybody else, just shut the hell up.
Day one. So I think when people hear that, it's a little bit like, okay, what in your mind does that mean?
Well, I mean, it's you want every pick to play and be successful. That's obviously not the case, and there's a lot of reasons why that happens and things we discuss every day to try to make sure our picks do work out. I think you give yourself the best chance by having a good process. And I've said it before, it's just getting the board stacked objectively based on talent.
My man is literally standing like this, bro.
And then on draft day, you can work to fill your needs. And there's this, we've been talking a lot about best player available. That doesn't mean you're automatically just going to take the highest graded player on your board. And I think we talked about the example, the football.
I'm telling you right now, man, this is the weakest freaking press conference I've ever heard in my life. The weakest, bro.
Don't get starters day one. So I think when people hear that, it's a little bit like, okay, what in your mind does that mean?
Well, I mean, it's you want every pick to play and be successful. That's obviously not the case, and there's a lot of reasons why that happens, and things we discuss every day to try to make sure our picks do work out. I think you give yourself the best chance by having a good process. And I've said it before, it's just getting the board stacked objectively based on talent. And then on draft day, you can work to fill your needs. And there's this, we've been talking a lot about best player available. That doesn't mean you're automatically just going to take the highest graded player on your board. And I think we talked about the example before. Buffalo is not taking a quarterback. I don't care who is on the board. They're not taking a quarterback. And so what we do is once we have the board stacked, hopefully objectively based on ability, then we identify who are the best fits for the Minnesota Vikings. But we want to make sure that we're not passing a unique talent to fill a need for today. A player that might not have the most impact in 2026, but could be a cornerstone for 2027. And then we just look for the right fits. Who do we want to be a Minnesota Viking? All those other things outside of what you see on tape. That gives you the best chance to be successful. Bringing in all the information, being objective, not trying to fix the process ahead of time. I think that gives you your best chance to be successcul.
Rob, you talked a number of times through this process about stacking the board objectively.
Okay.
Where does that principle, I guess, become so important to you?
I just all my years of
Don't try this shit out,
observing the process within, I'm talking about league wide. I'm not even talking about, the Viking. It's inherent to try to, the draft is supply and demand. You can't manufacture what's not there. But when you have needs and you're trying to fill needs, you're looking always glass, half full. And you're going to see what you want to see in certain players where you have needs. And it's just, the process is just about being objective as possible and just having honest conversations. That's just kind of it,
How would you characterize your needs?
Bro.
We have a lot of them, like, every team does. We look through our roster, and it's, when you get to the draft, I think, again, to use.
So wait a minute. So you say our team has a lot of needs, and then just not even, where was that at? Probably 2.5 minutes back, rewind. You said, it's not even about drafting what your team needs. Sometimes it's, boy, this going to be fun. This going to be real fun.
The Buffalo example, there's not too many.
What is the Buffalo example, bruh? Like, what is it, Rob? What is the Buffalo example? You lost me when you said the Buffalo Bills ain't drafting a quarterback. Like, what? Explain to me what that has to do with anything that the Minnesota Vikings should be focused on in 2026. Damn near 3 days away, bruh. Damn near 3 days away. All right? This shit isn't a month away. This shit is this week. This week. As my baby girl would say, 3 sleeps. What are you losing me, bruh? Like, what is it? What you keep throwing up this Buffalo example, bruh? It means nothing, bruh. Like, that shit is empty, bruh. I don't understand. You what? Like,
needs that you don't have on your team. So it's more about trying to rule out the obvious and keeping, a wide net cast, for all the other positions.
Rob, what's something you've learned about yourself for this process that you didn't know previously?
That I could stand up here in front of the
My boy who just asked that question, you can hear it in his voice. He's laughing, bro, because he feels the same way we feel right now as he's asking the question. Check this out. Listen to his voice. I'm telling you, bro, you got to read in between the lines when you're doing reactions to these. That's why I love doing these.
Other positions.
Rob, what's something you've learned about yourself for this process that you didn't know previously?
That I could stand up here in front of the media?
No, you can't. No, you can't.
No,
You're nervous, Bubba.
that's a good question. I'd have to process that. I think it just reinforces just, how much success in anything in life has to do with the people. If you don't have good people and the right people, that's what it's all about. And it's just reinforced to me with just what a great organization we have, the talented people.
When I hear Rob talk, the first thing I think about is that Michael Jackson song. We are the world. We are the children. We are the... I'm telling you, that the first thing I think about now. Anytime I hear him talk now, that's the only thing I'm gonna think about. That is his goddamn theme song, bro. Like, he need to walk out to that shit in the draft. I'm telling you right now. Straight up. We are the world. We are the children. Great song too, by the way. I love that song.
People we have within our organization, and it's just it's been a lot of fun, working with everybody.
Rob, is it easier to predict what's going to happen ahead of you whenever there's apparently so few quarterbacks, just the one?
Yeah, you never know. I mean, like in today's world, you can look through all these mock drafts. There's so much information out there. So back in the day, to try to find out where everybody was going to go, you spent a lot of time on phones and all that. And
look, I'm not upset with people that do support him now, and maybe I even admit it. Maybe I'm overreacting, right? But what I am doing is I'm going off of the evidence we have right now. And if you gonna sit here, K-Flow, and tell me that you listened to this press conference and you walked away from this press conference saying, oh yeah, we in good hands, bro, you don't even know who to blame if shit goes south. You can't blame him. You can't blame him. He didn't take any responsibility. He didn't stand on no type of business in this whole 14 minutes and 38 seconds. None. No type of business at all, bruh. At all. And if he did, tell me the timestamp and we'll go back. All right. I'm not saying that he may not be good. I stated, hey, there's a possibility he gonna tell all of us to kiss his ass, right? Like, for sure, maybe he will be good. But based off of what we are watching right now, we're talking body language. We're talking the way he's answering actual questions now. Because the little interviews that he did in Arizona when they were in their flip-flops and shit, like, those weren't real questions. Now he's being asked questions about how we're going to move forward and actually build the team. Okay. He's being asked serious questions now. All right. He got the sharks in the room now asking him. And you can tell he nervous. All right. He doesn't know how to answer certain questions. And it's all about, well, we're just going to all come together. Hey, Rob, who do you plan on taking in the first draft? Well, we're going to all just, kind of come up with a decision together. It's going to be the organization, he said the family. It's going to be the Vikings family, meaning me and you may even have a say-so on who we should draft. I'm cool with that. But you know what I mean? Hey, shit, send us a damn voting card then so we can get it popping. You know what I'm saying? Like, during draft night, shit, Vikings YouTube need to go live and put a poll out so we can vote on that shit. Kind of like how we do on our mock draft, our community mocks. Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm here for that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it seems like the Minnesota Vikings are going to do with this guy talking. Go listen to other GMs talk and they ask questions and they say, this is what we're going to do because I'm going to make this pick. I think we need this, that, and the third. He's using too much we. Yeah, collaboration. Collaboration didn't work. My question is, if we're running it, collaborating like we did with Kwesi, why did Kwesi get fired? Why did we sit back for years saying, oh, Kwesi messed up on this pick. He messed up on this pick. When the reality is, the truth is coming out. If it's running anything like how Rob expects to run this thing, Kwesi ain't do shit wrong. What did Kwesi do wrong? You know what I'm saying? It was It was all of them. It should have cleaned the house. Should have cleaned the crib, bruh. The whole crib should have got cleaned out. Head coach, scouts, defensive coordinator, offensive line coach, defensive line coach. Everybody who had a word to say should have got fired then because Lewis Cine didn't work out. JJ McCarthy don't work out. Okay, everybody needs to be fired. All right. If JJ McCarthy isn't the starter in 2026 and he isn't becoming a quarterback that looks like he can actually take this team somewhere, fire the whole organization, get him out of there. We'll start over, build it up from the ground up. Because guess what? We can't blame it on Rob. We can't blame it on Quasey. We can't blame it on KOC. We can't blame it on Brian Flores. Why? Because it's all of them. You know what I'm saying? That's the message they are sending. Somebody has to be the man of the room. Somebody. At some point, somebody has to get hired that comes in and says, I'm the new sheriff in town. Hey, Vikings fans, guess what? I'm going to get our team to the promised land because I know what the hell to do. This is the vision. This is the direction we're going to go. This isn't, oh, this is what I want to do, but I'm also going to take some words from him, words from him, words from him, and we're all going to come together and have a kumbaya meeting. And then, you know what I mean? When shit goes south, you guys as fans don't know who to be mad at. We need somebody to be mad at, bruh. That's all I'm saying. Like, we deserve that. We need somebody to be mad at when shit goes south, and we need somebody to give flowers to when shit go right. You know? That's just what it is, bruh. Like, who's responsible for the Dallas Turner pick? Who's responsible? Quasey got fired for no reason then. That's just what we saying, bro. We got ready. We could have kept him for that.
You know, there's value to that. But, you know, if you're getting information, you're given information. So now with all these mock drafts and all that, it sort of helps you get a sense of how, you know, generally the public or the market in general might be seeing players. I forgot, what was the point of the question?
Easier or harder to predict?
Oh, to predict, yeah. So, right. So it depends where you are in the draft, too. Like where we are in 18, you're just trying to project. Again, it's based on the...
That shit couldn't come at no better timing, man. That shit couldn't come at no better timing, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I love, and look, first of all, I want to make this clear, bro. Like, I do think Rob's a great guy, too. Like, straight up, bro. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. He can't even remember the question. That shit couldn't come at no better time. He couldn't even remember the fucking question. Listen, I love Rob as a person. Like, honestly, I think he's a great, amazing human, bro. I really do. I hate to be critical like this, but I have so much passion for my team that I'm going to be. And I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it is what it is. I'm not apologizing. Okay? I've sat around for 26 years. We've all in this building have been fans of this football team for the longest, bruh. We don't miss a Sunday. We watch our team all fucking 60 minutes of it, okay? Now, when we got situations like this where we trying to get to where we want to be as a fan base and be able to root our team on, and you got somebody like this that's supposedly going to be taking over. And don't forget, at the beginning of this video, I went into it with all the hopes that this was going to be great. You know, if you go back in the live before we started watching this, I said that, hey, let's get used to watching Rob. This is probably our GM moving forward. Like, I believe that it would be an easy transition. He's been around the organization. It just seems right. It seems right. And now my evaluation has changed drastically, bruh. Drastically. I'm just being real. Am I wrong for that? I mean, bruh, I see it now. And now what I see, I'm going to evaluate it. It is what it is. K4 said I'm hating. All right, bro. All right. Well, I'm a hater then.
I forgot, what was the point of the question?
Easier or harder to predict?
Oh, to predict, yeah. So,
Right.
So it depends where you are in the draft, too. Like where we are in 18, you're just trying to project. Again, it's based on the talent, and then you're trying to project how they fall. And then we're trying to cluster a group of players that we would like to target at 18 and try to get them stacked and ranked, you know, the way that we'd like to take them. You never know what's going to happen in the draft. You just try to have all the conversations ahead, particularly at 18 and in the first round. You can have almost every conversation as far as who may or may not be there. I think as you move down through the draft, you know, through the rest of the rounds, you just kind of have to let the board come to you. You can't play out every potential scenario that could be there, you know, as you move through the draft. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
All right, so you could take that as you may. Y'all kind of know where I'm at with it. I see why, before I let y'all go, I see why we brought in your boy from the Seattle Seahawks uh, to help with drafting. We remember when we specifically brought him in, it was mentioned that he was brought in to help with the draft process, so on and so forth. And I see why. Yeah, I mean, because we need it. We need it. You know what I'm saying? I'm be real with you. It definitely gives we need that shit. We need the help. Because Rob is great at being a capologist, and he's one of the best in the industry at doing that. And he's put our team in great positions from that standpoint. I don't know if I can trust Rob being the actual general manager, though. With the amount of jobs he has to control as the GM, my confidence is super low after watching that. Now, can my confidence change? Absolutely. Yeah. This isn't, the end all be all. I'm not going into it with a closed mind and saying, and you could tell I'm not going in with a closed mind because, again, at the beginning of that interview, before we even hit play to watch it, I went in positive. I went in excited to hear what he had to say. I didn't watch it. I wanted to watch it live with you guys, and you got my raw take on it. You got my raw reaction on how I feel about the quote unquote intern GM right now, and I don't think it's good. I'm just being real. I don't think it's good, right? I think that if Howie Roseman calls Rob to negotiate, he's going to get cooked. He's going to get cooked, bro. There's a science to being able to negotiate and talk trades, and you have to be a shark out in this damn ocean, bro. You can't be a guppy. If you be a guppy, you get eaten, okay? And that goes for any business that you do, even in my field of work, okay? You have to be a savage. If you weak, you are going to get eat. And that's just what it is, man. And and it's the same thing for this type of shit. Okay, there's no difference. And as a fan, I'm just not confident in him, man. He seems nervous. Maybe it's because it was his first one. And I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's his first one where he's being asked serious questions about building the team. So, maybe he's just nervous, and that's fine. We'll see how it progresses from here. But based off of that 14 minutes that we just watched, you can't tell me as a fan after watching that you gonna walk away and say, damn, bro, like, this is a good move. Like, we got rid of Kwesi and he's replacing Kwesi. Like that, you can't say that. You just can't, bro. Come on, man. Let's be real, bro. Let's be real, man. It's all right. We can change our thoughts on him as the season progresses. And maybe 2 years down the road, we're giving him the crown and saying this is the best move the Minnesota Vikings organization has ever done. And that's okay. We'll be here to celebrate him. But right now, tonight, I can't celebrate Rob. I'm sorry. I want him to stay in the organization because, again, I want him to be the cap guy because that's what he's great at. That's his expertise. That's where he needs to be. That's just where it is, man. Straight up, man. It's funny. I pretty much took the opposite out of this presser than most of the people hearing you. That's fine. That's fine, K-Flow. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, listen, stand on your business, bro. That's one thing that I respect. Like, I respect people that they take what they take from this presser. And if you feel like this was the best move ever and you feel like Rob's going to do an amazing job, do that, bro. Like, do that. I'm not mad at you. I'm not going to stop supporting you in the chat and block you because you feel bro. Like, I appreciate you being the opposite. We gonna see. All right. We gonna see. And guess what? If it turns out right, we will be sure to say, damn, bro. Hey, you know how I do, bro. Hey, I'll be sure to say, hey, bro, K-Flow is right. K-Flow. I remember K-Flow was supporting him from the beginning when we was hating on, bro. It is what it is, bro. It don't do me no damn different. Listen, all I'm saying is me, RAP, tonight, I don't trust him. I don't. Okay. I don't. Bro, nervous. He's nervous, bro. In my field of work, I read body language. I do this shit. And I'm telling you, bro showing a lot of nervous tendencies. He just, yeah, I don't know. I don't like the collaboration. Quite frankly, I'm sick of the collaboration thing too. Like, I think that's what rubbed me the wrong way. First of all, right off the bat was when is somebody going to be the actual GM and actually run the team? You know what I mean? Like, straight up. When is somebody going to actually say, you know what, I'm the guy? Like, this is my shit now. Like, give me that. Like, for real. Like, all of y'all gonna sit right there. I'm gonna tell y'all how we gonna operate, and this is what it's gonna be. That's who I'm looking for. We need a GM like that, because there's other organizations that are doing that, and guess what? The organizations that are doing that, guess what? They're holding up Lombardis. Yeah. The teams that are operating like that, holding up Lombardis, bruh. For real. We can go watch I bet you if we were to go watch the Seattle Seahawks GM talk right now, I guarantee you, bruh, you would be able to tell the difference. I guarantee you. I guarantee you, bro. You would be like, oh, damn. That's how a GM's supposed to, it would put it in perspective. What's his name? John Schneider. Look at this shit, right? Hold up. I just want to show this. This ain't even a talk. This is just a picture. Okay? This is just a picture, right? Hold up. This is just a picture. We ain't even gonna watch no video because we ain't watching no Seahawks shit. But just look at this. You see what this say right here? Look. Seahawks GM John Schneider confirms the team wants to trade down from number 32. It ain't no secret with us. It ain't no secret with us. Like, laying his nuts down, bro. Like, hey, this is what we doing. It ain't no secret. We ain't out here trying to play no game. We telling you how we operating over here, man. Now, imagine what a tweet would look like if they were talking about the Minnesota Vikings. It would say, the Minnesota Vikings don't know what they're going to do in the first round. They don't know if they're going to trade back. They don't know if they're going to trade Jonathan Grenard. They don't know if they may trade up. They just don't know. They're still meeting about it. They're still collaborating about it. They don't know. You know what I'm saying? Shout out John, man. John said, man, fuck y'all. This is what we do. Ain't no secret, man. Holla at us. Yeah, we trade him back. Straight up. Who won it? Yeah, man. Winners just know what they want. That's all I'm saying. You know? Shout out to y'all, though, man. Thank y'all for tapping in tonight, though. This was a great show, man, for real. I feel like I got some frustration off a little bit. I didn't expect to, but I thought, honestly, like, I thought that Kevin O'Connell was going to irritate me tonight. Like, that's what I really thought. I was going into it fully expecting Kevin O'Connell to piss me off tonight. Like, I already was ready for it. And he really didn't do that, man. He didn't talk about the quarterback, but that's really not on him. That's on our media not asking him the questions, which is weird. I thought Judd would have popped it on him, but he didn't. But it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Either way, it was a great show. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so much for tapping in. I love y'all, man. I will see y'all tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow I'll be live at noon, 11 o'clock for the Minnesotans. You know what I mean? 11 o'clock Central Time with Tyler Fornez from First and Skull. So make sure y'all tap in. We're going to do draft talk, obviously. Can't wait to pick his brain about what's happening and what he believes. So make sure you're there, man. If you could be there, be there. If not, watch it on the replay. Thank y'all so much, and I'll see y'all next time. Holla at your boy.